Here's the complete story of how Led Zeppelin came together. 1. Jimmy Page and the Yardbirds, 1966-1968. Guitarist Jimmy Page had built a strong reputation as a top London session musician before joining the Yardbirds in 1966, first as a bassist, then as lead guitarist. By 1968, the Yardbirds were falling apart. Singer Keith Relf and drummer Jim McCarty quit, leaving Page with the rights to the band's name and the responsibility of fulfilling remaining tour dates. Came the new Yardbirds, summer 1968. Page envisioned a new, heavier band that blended blues, rock, and psychedelia. He first recruited John Paul Jones, a highly respected bassist arranger who, like Page, had been a first-call session player. Jones approached Page after hearing he was forming a new group, finding a singer, Robert Plant. Page and manager Peter Grant auditioned several singers but struggled to find the right fit. Page eventually discovered Robert Plant, a young singer from the Midlands known for his powerful, soulful voice. Plant had been in groups like Band of Joy and was recommended to Page by Terry Reid, who declined the gig himself but suggested Plant. Plant impressed Page instantly, and he brought along his former Band of Joy drummer John Bonham. 4. Securing John Bonham. Bonham was in demand, already being courted by other acts, including Joe Cocker and Chris Farlow. Plant persuaded him to join, and Page and Grant sweetened the deal with a better salary and the promise of creative freedom. Bonham agreed. 5. First rehearsal, August 1968. The four musicians, Page, Jones, Plant, and Bonham, first played together in a small room in London. They jammed on Train Kept A-Rollin' and an old rock and roll tune, and the chemistry was electric. Everyone present knew immediately that this was something special. 6. The New Yardbirds Tour. With tour dates in Scandinavia still under contract, the band performed in September 1968 as the New Yardbirds. Their live shows already showcased the heavy, improvisational style that would define them, becoming Led Zeppelin. The name change came soon after. According to legend, Keith Moon, The Who's drummer, once joked that a supergroup featuring Page, Moon, and others would go down like a lead balloon. Page adapted the phrase, changing balloon to Zeppelin, a more powerful image, and dropping the A from lead to prevent mispronunciation. Thus Led Zeppelin was born. 8. Debut album and launch, 1968-1969. The band recorded their first album, Led Zeppelin, in October 1968 in just about 36 hours of studio time, self-financed by Page. By early 1969, they had signed to Atlantic Records, largely due to manager Peter Grant's negotiating power. The album's release and their explosive live shows quickly made them one of the most important new bands in rock. So Led Zeppelin formed in 1968, rising from the ashes of the Yardbirds, with Jimmy Page's vision, John Paul Jones's musicianship, Robert Plant's vocals, and John Bonham's powerhouse drumming coming together in a perfect storm.